Ellen McCauley. I'm at Pray It Up in Syracuse, New York, on this historic May 8th when we have a new Pope, Pope Leo the 14th, and it's just an exciting time to be a Catholic. And one of the things I wanted to start talking about is a few weeks ago I told the story about a woman at the gym whose sister was missing. And I said, I claim it in the name of Christ that she's found, and very, very quickly. And I told the story. An hour later, she was found. It was all good. And a couple people in the group, one person said, oh, I didn't think Catholics could claim things in the name of Christ. And somebody else said, I never heard of that. And, I want to talk a little bit about that, because it's not something that is magic. You don't say, I claim to win the lottery in the name of Christ. And then you say, well, I'm going to win the lottery because I claimed it in the name of Christ. Now, you can certainly say, wouldn't it be nice, Lord, if I won the lottery? And he might be listening. And I have mentioned that for 70 years. I haven't won it yet. But we always have to keep in mind that everything is according to the will of God. So what I really should have said when I did that is said, I claim finding your sister in the name of Christ. His will be done. And that is how you end that, because his will is the most important thing. It says right in the Bible, so I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. It has to be according to his will, though. We can believe. I know for a fact that it's the will of God that we are healthy. I know it is. Because who believes it's the will of God that we're healthy? It is. He wants us all to be healthy, happy, and whole. But we live in a fallen world. We're up against all kinds of evil and temptations. And we need to pray. Pat mentioned it tonight. We need to pray. And somebody said the other day, all we can do is pray. I go, we can't say it like that. We have to say, the most important thing we can do is pray. It's not the last resort. It's got to be the first resort. Trust is belief that God will do the right thing and at the right time. We can't say we trust God and still worry. See, that's the thing with us. Trust is manifested when we no longer fear, for God will take care of it. So many of us still deal with fear and worry, and we stress eat over it. And when we do that, it is a sign that we are still works in progress. Very few people, and certainly I don't know if there's anybody in this room that can say, I trust in God 100%, and I fear nothing. What can man do against me? God is my pilot. So I fear nothing, I worry about nothing, and I never stress eat. Those words I've never heard out of anyone's mouth in this room. No one has ever said, I never stress eat. We are going to probably be works in progress for the rest of our lives. Maybe one or two of us will get to the point where we'll never worry and we'll trust 100%. I would like to think that's a good goal. But Christ is teaching us that God is the center of prayer. We put all our trust in him, our belief, and he will reply with the right thing for us. For us. Remember that one boyfriend in high school where you're like, please, God, let me marry him. And now you're thinking, oh, God, I'm glad you didn't answer that prayer. We have to say, not my will, but yours be done. And then we have the same type of article by a Monsignor that says, name it, claim it, and give it to the Lord. And I really like this. A woman accompanied her husband to the doctor's office for his annual physical. And afterwards, the doctor asked to see her privately, and he said, your husband's a very sick man. His heart could give out at any time. If you want to keep him alive, you've got to shelter him from all anxiety and stress. Don't argue or disagree with him. Do whatever he asks. Watch the games with him on TV. Give him a little romance. No matter what, you've got to keep him calm and relaxed. His life is in your hands. The wife left the office, rejoined her husband, and drove home. And the husband said, what did the doctor say? And she said, he said, you're going to die. I laughed hysterically at that. And the bottom line is, this Monsignor says, we're all going to die. But before that happens, there's some serious healing that has to take place, not in our bodies as much as our souls. One of the things that brings me to tears is when we say in Mass, my soul will be healed, shall be healed, my soul. Because when we sin, that's what we're really hurting, our souls, our spirits. So, and then you say, where do these midlife crises come from? Where are so many of our issues coming from? They're from unhealed and often unnamed wounds that we failed to attend to. Unless we name our wound and claim it as our own and nobody else's, there's someone I know extremely well, and they had a very difficult childhood. And what they need to do is give it to the Lord wholly and entirely and say, you know, I'm an older woman, and now I'm going to ask for Jesus' healing, because the Lord wants to help that process. He wants to heal our souls. So many of the wounds that we have, we're still eating over. We're still eating over. We need to name what the wound is. Your father, maybe you didn't love your father. Maybe your father abandoned you. Maybe your father treated your mother terrible. Maybe your father was an alcoholic that hit you. Claim it, name it. I have anxious feelings about my father. I'm just saying this. This is an example. I claim it, Jesus. That's what I do, and I'm going to put it at the foot of the cross, and I'm going to ask you to heal it for me. Come to me, all who are weary and find life burdensome, and I will give you rest. So there's two different takes on it. We can say something, you know, if someone has serious surgery, you're going to say, I claim your healing in the name of Christ. God's will be done. And then if you have something that's really bothering you, you say, this is what's bothering me, Lord. I put it at the foot of the cross, and I claim that I give it to you. Your will be done. Help me to heal. Help my soul to heal. I'm going to stop right there, Bobby.